Hi everyone, I'm going to show you what we did today. So as you can see, my pals are completely different. This is first grade and this one's my preschooler. So I'm going to start with my preschooler. He practiced his name with these little letter stones that I've made him. So he just put his whole name together. He did some practice with his letter R. I'm not moving on because he's still having trouble writing it. So we're going to stay with this letter until he can get it. He's also did some tracing of the whole alphabet. And then I also made him new pages into his dry erase little folder booklet. He's having trouble with a few numbers, so the numbers that he has asked me to show him how to do, I've gotten worksheets for. So he practiced his number 2, his number 6, he did his number 8, 13, 15, and then he also did his name practice. And he did not do his C, but he was supposed to do his C. So he did that. We also reviewed his letter T with the file folder thing that I had made. I'm taking them apart because it's almost the end of the year. So pretty much he just did the 20 grid letter game. He did a little craft with the turtles. So he just rolled the dice and just glued pom-poms in the numbers, and then he wrote his T. And then I had him do an order for kind of like an assessment that he can order from 1 through 10. Let's see if I can open it up because he uses a lot of glue. And I think, oh, it's this way. So he put all his turtles in lines all the way through number 10. So he did a pretty good job. So I will put this into his little portfolio that he knows how to order numbers 1 through 10. So that was it for preschool. For first grade, he did his Bible stories, and I'm starting a little Bible journal type of thing. So I just went over what happened first in the Bible. So he pretty much wrote God begins to make things, and he wrote a few of the things that he made at the beginning, and then we'll continue it on. So I did this because I want him to continue this through second grade and just have something beautiful for him to look at later. For reading comprehension, he did his next page, and it was teaching him the first page of a book, the title page, where the author is, where the illustrator is. So he had to use this information to do here. And then he went in our library of books and then finished off here. And he did not write an illustration for that one, so I'll have to check that book. And that's what he did for that book. For reading, he decided to take and do a magazine today. So he did his highlights magazine. And he did a maze for my new friend. And then he read the story of Mama Papa 2, which for that he made, and I'm using this now for his reading logs index cards that I used to have in the album. I just glued them in here because this is going to go into his portfolio. So let's see if I can get to it. I love this one. And the score marching. So today he did this one. I'm a Papa too. So that was the picture that he drew for his book. And then he also had a little worksheet from a book that I got from Dollar Tree, which was that one. So he did this page, and all he had to do was pretty much read and then put a sentence that with his own idea. So like, the bat is tired, what can he do? He put, the bat can sleep in a cave. The bear needs honey, how can he get it? He can get bees. So it's his own thinking, and he's writing his own sentences. The bird wants to find her nest, where can she find it? She can find it in a tree. This was my favorite. The clown is late for the circus, how can he get there? The clown needs his car, he said. So that's him writing his own sentences. Then he had his 180 days of writing. You're gonna wait a second, Alex. And for that, we didn't do school Monday and Tuesday, so today he worked on his day one's work. He's just reading the opinion and then the reasons. He just had to put check marks on the reasons that went with the opinion. Here, again, he just finds opinion, details, and the closure he did wrong, so he'll have to fix that tomorrow. He's still having trouble with those. And then over here, he just had to read the detail in each sentence and then kind of answer the question under it. Like this one said, decorating the cookies is fun to do. So what do you use for decorations? He put chocolate. And that was it for today. For that one. For history, he went over his pictures of mountains, hills, island, landforms, and I'm introducing what is a strait and a canyon. So he's working with that. And then we also went over finding directions on a globe. We read the pages, and then he went over his continents and made a worksheet with use a globe. So that was his history. Phonics, all he did was work on long O, and he just had to do the words and then complete the crossword puzzle. For language arts, he pretty much just did an ABC order today. So he just had to put the words from this side, which he cut, and then glue them on this side in ABC order. So he's doing really good with that, with the ABC order. We also went into our first language lessons, and for today we talked about his poem, so I had him recite that from memory, and he's already done with that one. The definition of a noun again, and that's perfect for him. We talked about common names and proper names, and it being your town, your city, you know, your state, that your state and your city are proper nouns. So he learned that. And then over here has an activity where he just he writes the name of his city and the state, and he has to do the comma in between them. So what I did was I had him do it on our whiteboard instead of paper. That's usually what I have him do with the enrichment activities if we don't use notebook paper. And then for spelling, today we tested on his 8 words that he had been doing for last week. So he did like a few games last week. And as you can see, that was another one of the games. And today I had him test, and he still missed quite a bit of them. He missed 3 of them. So those 3 are actually added to the next ones from this week. So I started testing him again from the list that they give you in the book, and then we check marked with X's the ones that he got wrong, and those get added to this one. So it gives us a new list for him to do. So that's what he did for today, and I will show you that lesson from the book so you can see. So he's on level B, and we've already done group 1, group 2, and we're working on group 3. So this is the group that we started today for his words. And when the 8th word came up, that is the one that he did not know, that's where I stopped. So what I do is I write as we go. I'll write the ones that he gets wrong, and when I count the 8, those are the ones that I'll be using to give him games for the rest of the week. So he's still doing his old words plus some new ones that creates his vocabulary words for the week. And that is it. That's what first grade and preschool did for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. Thanks.